All right. Hi, everyone. So, I want to start off with this game I played against Ilya Nizhnik, and I was white. Unfortunately, I was white. The game I played last year, around a year ago, and so what should black play here? Is the question. This goes to show that sometimes these structures where it seems like nothing's happening could actually be quite dangerous. And you'll see why now once we see the game. Actually, looks like a normal equal position, but I actually lost this game in like about 7 moves from here. So it was pretty tough. So let's see what you guys. So again, we're looking at this position, my game against Ilya Nizhnik. What should black play in this position? Okay, Young Yu, I got your answer. Thank you. Let's see. Gonna wait to see if others give me answers. For some reason, I'm not getting too many. For some reason, I'm not. Oh, okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, JR, Jenny, very good. And Ken. All right. Well, yeah, we're finding best move for black, yeah? Looking at it from black's side. Okay, let's see. I have some people said d4, some people said g5, some people said f4, and I have also knight g5. All right, let's take a look at all of them. So the best move is to play g5, to try to play g4. So let's look at the other options. So f4, several of you gave. If f4, take on f4. And sorry about the sound of my chest base. I don't know how exactly it happened. And yeah, so takes on f4. Go bishop e-file. So unfortunately, f4, there's not a big follow-up after f4. Like queen d3, g3. D4 is also interesting, but we take here. It's not. Oh no, d4 also there's bishop c4. Yeah, d4 there's also bishop c4. That problem, right? So that was especially yet. I mean, just people were trying to figure out this position, black to move. Yeah, so d4, bishop c4 is a problem. Yes, and now knight g5. Wait, everyone? Wait, how did it? Why did that's strange. Okay. Knight g5. I thought I made it host and co-host. Okay, that was weird. Okay, knight g5. Think knight g5. What if I play knight takes g, queen takes g5, queen takes c5? Is there a follow-up here? I don't really see a great follow-up, to be honest. Yeah, we lost the key pawn, and what exactly we have, not clear. So the best move is g5. He has a hook. I have the pawn h3, right? And after that, we go g4. And actually, believe it or not, this attack is just very hard to stop. Now it's not yet completely lost, but it's very difficult. So anyway, knight d2 I played. He played g4 anyway, which is the best move. Now I played fg. How should black continue this? Yeah, g5 was very natural because you want to open up the f file, and also the pawn is on h3, right? So there's a hook, and there's no way to really attack our king with black. So all right, so a lot of you, I got a lot of answers here. Yeah, some people said queen h4, which, well, maybe it also worked, but I don't know. Knight takes e4. Let's quickly check with the engine. This, um, yeah, I mean, it's also queen h4 is also good. It's like second best move. But after queen h4, knight f e here, g3. I have this move 3, and I can sort of still survive this. Queen takes and bishop g2, and white's black is better, but it's still a bit of a game. Um, so the best idea is to play, yeah, and if you go here, then 94, it's not so clear. So the best move is knight except 2. As far as I remember, I completely overlooked it. It's very easy to overlook an in-between move like that. And then basically it's just mate attack. Queen h4, rook h6, it just happened very soft and mate. So yeah, it's just like, I think early on I played h3 in the opening. And again, whenever you play this h3, you have to be mindful at some point this g5, g4 might come, right? So these kind of positions, if you're playing white or black, you have to study them very carefully, especially if you take on c5, because these pieces and these hanging pawns, they can unleash very quickly. I thought I was playing a very simple chess, but yeah, somehow got dangerous very quickly, and I ended up losing. Okay, let's take a look at the next game. So this game is from a recent one of these chess.com rapid events, and one of these Magnus Tour events. And we have a game Duda against Girov, two strong ambassadors. Castle Rook C8. So now, in order to develop a very good attack, there has to be like a good strategical foundation first, right? You're not going to just be able to get an attack out of thin air usually, right? Like your position has to be fundamentally sound. And in this position, what's clear is that black wants to play a6 followed moves, a6 by c5, right? That's black's idea. So white played this prophylactic move a3. Now the idea of a3 is that you're meeting a6 with b. So black plays a5, and now white played knight e5, switching gears. Basically, was that if, let's say, black plays b4, let's take. Here is a wise bishop on h4. I think this is pretty normal. Yeah, knight a4, knight c5, and black cannot stop c5. So black takes, black plays here, white exchanges, and then plays f4. Black plays knight c5, white goes here, rook d, queen c2, threatening mate, g6. All right, so now we have a critical moment here. And this one, a lot of people have struggled with before. So let's see what plan you guys would choose here. So black to play. What to do? White to move. Yeah, black. You see, black just this chips, right? The yellow arrow. So means it's white's move, just for future. Oh, yeah. Also take into account what opponent wants. Also, that's quite important always. Um, okay. Black wants to play 93. Yeah, potentially. Maybe not right away though. Maybe not right away. Um, I think they want to play another move first, but then yes, 93 is definitely in the air. E4 to stop F5, eventually F5 right away. And okay, rook F3, I see. Okay, so I see a lot of B4, 94. Okay, that's also interesting. Okay, okay, I think that, sorry, you got the right idea, but you only gave me one move. I would prefer whoever gets this right, I'm gonna call on you. But wait, queen 291, knight of 294. Okay, interesting also. Maybe a bit too slow, but go queen 2 again, rook d1, b4 94. Okay, b4. All right, let's call on Murat. Maybe yes, yes. I think Murat Khan, you got it more or less perfectly. So let's call on you.
So I played knight e2 to go knight d4 to stop b4 and knight d3.
Very good, and you got the main reason also correct. Yes, because if we play most moves, like let's just say we play e4, right? A lot of people suggest that e4. Then we're gonna play b4, and then we're gonna go knight 3, bishop 6, and suddenly black's pieces are storming into the game, right? Similar thing will happen after g4. b4 takes here, knight d3, rook d1, bishop a6, c5, c4 is coming. White harmony is disturbed, and black will be better. So actually, black wants to unleash their pieces. They have a problem with this bishop on d7, right? So because they have this problem with the bishop, slow moves won't work as well. We'll get to that. We'll go over all the moves. Yeah. So rook f3, same thing. Doesn't really work. So what else was it? Yeah, I think rook d1 was a suggestion. b4, takes knight 4 was a suggestion. In that case, I could take c5, and again, I think black is pretty happy here. Okay, you have a 2-1 majority. Exchange. Oh, knight d2 instead of 94. Yeah, probably that's a little bit better. But maybe knight d7, c5. Still, it's not too bad for black. Although this is better for white than many of the other lines, where in the other lines white is worse. But this one, it's yeah, 91 I think was also suggested. Knight f2 again, like there's like 93. That's also a little bit of a problem. Yeah, b4 was also suggested. Take knight d3, but then knight b4. Yeah, also doesn't work. Also, it's worth noting that f5 to if f5 immediately will not exactly work because you take and now there's even knight d3 if you really want to be sadistic, but there's also just gf and queen g5 and this, and it just doesn't. I mean, it definitely should be calculated because if f5 works, it might be very strong, but we're not fully prepared yet, right? And we're giving up a whole rook, and it doesn't quite work, unfortunately. So the best move is to play knight to e2, engine approved. The point is black, if he goes knight, he doesn't want to, we're preventing b4, right? Because of queen c5. And knight d3 here is not a big deal because we can go rook d1, chase the knight away. So the knight has to cannot maintain on a good square. Relatively best for him was knight d7, knight d4, c5. Very difficult to find. Just giving up a pawn like that. I mean, black has a little bit of compensation, but like not full. But anyway, that would have been the best try for black. Very hard to find, especially in a rapid game. Black played more naturally, knight a6, knight d4, b4. So he just wants to play c5, open up the bishop, which makes a lot of sense. But unfortunately for black, this ended up being too slow, and the white attack comes first. So what should white do here? Very good, Vihan. Yep, Ishan, very good. Yep, very good, very good. Yeah, looks like everybody's getting it. Yes, very good. Yeah, f5 immediately, of course. Yes, f5 immediately. Yeah, this one is pretty straightforward. Yeah, g4 would be way too slow. There's just no reason. Yeah, f5 just works. And then after this, we sack the knight, and then queen here. Yeah, queen g5, queen f7. Yeah, and then now it definitely works, right? It's just intuitively. So black had to play there, and white's attack just crashed through. e7, and now what should white play here? All right, again, most of you, all of you are pretty much getting it so far. Most of you, not everyone. There's a tempting move here. Edwin. Yeah, the best move is rook f6. Rook f6 is the most clear cut, getting the rook in the game. Yeah, queen g6, queen g7. It's kind of the point. Bishop a2. Bishop a2, I think, what's it? King h8, yeah. And it's not that clear. Like rook f7, queen takes e5, queen e3, yeah. And I don't quite think it's just like winning. But yeah, rook f6 is better. Rook f6. Here, rook g6, here. Yeah, and then queen g6 and the black resigned. There's just a mating attack. So, which is like very important, is how white build up the attack. First with slow moves like a3, right? Like prophylactic move, right? But good fundamental play in the beginning helps create attacking chances later on, right? Like very often. Now white has a 5 and 4 on the king side, so white has a good chance of attacking. Yeah, and then 92, another very important move. Like always keep in mind opponent's counterplay, right? Not rushing with f5. Bringing knight on d4, and then once we're ready, we're ready. Right, so this was a really nice instructive game, I thought. Okay, really impressive given that it was a rapid 10+2 game. Dude is an excellent attacker. All right, next game also from that same tournament, also rapid game. Wesley So against Axel Bachmann. Wesley So needs long introduction, but Axel Bachmann is also a pretty strong grandmaster. Um, um, one, c5, e4, queen b6, king here, and now white played c5. A little bit premature without the gun here. So what would you play in this position as black? What should black play here? And c5. Yeah, very good. Yeah. Knight takes c5, we should play. D3, queen c5, and yeah, black's gonna have good counterplay here. Stacking a piece for 2 pawns, but demolishing the space. And then, yeah, we play a line like this. However, black played this very passive move, queen a7, like very surprising for a pretty strong GM to play like this. And now white just dominated, right? Like the queen on a7, like a5 never really works because knight b5. So it's just, yeah, very surprising. He eventually did play a5, but it did not save him at all. Oh, I just got in a very nice attack. Bishop takes f7. Yeah, exactly. Queens and Jane checkmated. And made next move, knight b5, black resigned. All right. Next one. Yesipenko against Caruana. All right. So 8. Yeah, it's a typical maneuver, by the way, in these positions. Knight e7, knight f8, fighting for the f4 square. So white got an f4, and now black needs to decide on a plan. How should black continue here? Okay, so yeah, bishop e6 first. I think is best. Yeah, just preparing. Um, the now after a5. Now what? Yeah. Now, one thing about g5 that you have to be alert about is that if you play it too quickly, you'll go knight g3. You have that 5 square, and we're not exactly getting g4 and so easily. So again, always important to look at opponent's ideas. So therefore, we first have to play h5. Because then knight g3, g6, and only after this, then we go g5, and we sort of like gain a very important tempo. Now, yeah, now, and white had to play like a move that's not as useful. And eventually black won a pawn and was able to win the game. So g5 was tempting, but it sort of allowed opponent, would have allowed opponent to do something. And now black is just easily winning. Complete domination here. We have Gokesh against Davchenko. Um, like, all right, here you go. White to play. What to do? We're up a pawn temporarily. That's like we're not up a pawn. You can't hear me? What do you mean? You can't hear me? Okay. Sorry, yeah, white's material's equal, but yeah, in balanced position. How do we continue? Ah, right, you know this game. Okay, good, yeah. Yeah, so some of you might know this game, but who knows what the best move for white was. But still, there's like a clearly best move. Yeah, rook d4 I don't think will work because queen f6 96 defense. Six. Five you want? Oh yeah, you wanted the bishop e5. Queen d5. Yeah, wait, so maybe not. Yeah, probably queen d5. Yeah, 5 might be a problem. And then like knight, probably any place. Along. Yeah. Yeah, Gukesh. Yeah, that was funny. Yeah. Yes. Queen e2 is correct. Yeah. Queen e2 is correct. Yeah. Queen d3 was played in the game. Actually, no mate. Backward knight move. Or maybe bishop e5 6. Something was overlooked, right? Something simple. It was a rapid game. It happens. Gukeshin server best was surprising. Well, I think he's not much of a blitz and rapid specialist. Boy, did Fabi spoil a big chance in the candidates. Because I think he would have, if he would have beaten Nepo in that last game from winning position, he would have been like a pretty big favorite against Gukeshin rapid, I think. Yeah, but okay. Yeah, so h6, I think we have queen a6. Of course, Fabi is stronger. Yeah, it's just there. It's not even a question. Queen e2, I think Fabi just got tired, worn out. Yeah, Queen e2 is the best move. Like a consolidating move, defending the a6 pawn. Also, the queen trade for white, so the spawns. Yeah, I think you're right, Ashwin. Yeah. Okay. So Queen e2 best move, but it was not played. All right, let's see the next then. Chimera against the Wei. We will leave it for later. All right, Chimera against Carlson. That's what the well, okay, so here, how would you let's look at here? Carlson went on 10 winning streak. Yeah. Yeah, Carlson is a absolute beast in Blitz and Rapid. But even he, as you'll see, even he and sometimes blunders, which I will show you at the end of today's class. So to f4, I think we have rook b2 potentially would be a problem. Knight of 3 first. Bishop takes, we have rook e2 and then rook b2. Kind of a mating idea, I think, if I'm not mistaken. There's another way, and also I will show you one. Queen, queen up 3, here, here, here. Um, and if rook e1, rook b2 here, knight g4, winning the exchange. And And d6 here, d7, then Greek d8 is the problem. Gotcha, take f. Um, Alice, I think you got it correct. You want to unmute and explain?
Well, what I thought was we could play Rook E3 and we could first we could stop all the discoveries Black had, and then we could also prepare to take on C3 with the Rook.
Yeah, very nice. I think you might have been the only one who got it in the beginning. So very good job. Yeah, not an easy move. So anyway, because White played the move Queen F4, and who can tell us why that is the mistake? After Rook E3, only move after which it's equal. Only move after which it's equal. Yeah. Well, maybe slightly worse, but like holding. But after let's see, what was it? Queen F4. Oh, knight f3. Yeah, knight f3 is the problem. Knight g4, actually, queen takes g4. Knight g4 doesn't quite work. And knight f3 is very strong. Yeah, and then after this, Black is winning. King h6. Yeah, rook b2, rook queen h2. Yeah, and Black is winning. Okay, yeah. So this was what happened in the game. Yeah. So I wanted to throw in a defensive puzzle here because it's like, yeah, Vincent missed knight f3, or maybe he was low on the clock and he just couldn't find a good defense as it was, right? Like sometimes it happens. It's not easy to find the only defensive move, right? Okay, let's take a look at the next game. Also against Anish. Or so here White played bishop e3, Magnus. What should Black playing this position? Oh, he played this with White? Well, yeah, probably you wouldn't want to play bishop e3 here, but bishop f4. Yes, I hope not bishop e3. I think Magnus sat down. All right, very good, Sasha, correct. Very good, Coco. Very good, Riley. Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting it. Very good. Yeah, knight takes e4. Knight takes e4, knight takes e4, bishop f5. Yes, and now Black plays this sort of in driver's seat now. So White played knight d2, d5, and White played queen b3, d4, queen b7, and here Black played bishop takes d4, knight c4, and here rook e7 was the best move, but it's like involves sacking back the pawn, which is like not easy. It's a weird line. Black played c5, rook d1, and now Black played queen f6, also apparently not the best move, and now White was able to find a good defensive move and survive the pressure. So Black's still looking very good. Looks like he might attack, but here Magnus the strong move, which sort of all right, very good start attack. Very good, Andrew, Alicia. Very good. All right, I think everybody's more or less getting it so far. Okay. Let's see. Let's give everybody one more minute. One minute. All right. So the answer is Queen B6. B6, unfortunately, would blunder to Rook B8. That would be unfortunate. Bishop takes D4. D takes D4. Knight D2 suggested. But then I think E3 could be a bit annoying. Bishop eventually coming to E4. Takes then Queen D5 is probably a little bit stronger, but still the pawn on D3 is very strong. And if we play Queen D5, Ring D8 probably is okay. Bishop E6 could be an idea. But Queen D6, we want to trade queens. We want to simplify the game. Eventually, trading bishops, get rid of the attack, and then we're going to be okay. So takes knight C4 here, takes. Rook takes here, B3, Rook D5, Rook takes, but takes. Yeah, and then after F3, 2 against 3, and white held the draw fairly easily in this position. So that's what Magnus is very good at, right? He obviously blundered knight takes C4, and still he managed to keep some composure and actually drew pretty easily. That's like why Magnus is Magnus, right? Saving the games that like he's in a bit of trouble, which is very good skill to have. All right, the next one, Ivic against Nepomniachtchi. This one was rapid again, and in this one, Ivic missed a really nice chance at some point to score an upset. All right, so let's see. Yeah. So here it is. How does white play here? Try to not just give one move here. I mean, here I think 2 moves would be kind of useful in this position. Give everybody one more minute. And by the way, you read the report on Chillicothe. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, like I try to use games from everywhere a little bit actually. But yeah. But even if you read, like not everybody solves the exercise or looks so carefully. So the fact that you did it's very good. Okay, bishop f6 is correct. Yeah, if GF queen g4 is easy. Also fairly easy. You could go to g3, and either you go knight d7 win the exchange, or you checkmate on f7. However, there's d takes e3, which is very strong. And yeah, here knight d7 actually, queen e6. It's not so simple actually. For the record, let's turn the engine up to knight d7 just to see the evaluation. I'm not sure, but yeah, as we could see, actually, black is doing quite well because there's still this pawn on e2 coming, and there's no mate. If you go queen g3, there's bishop f8, knight f here. All right. Sasha, do you want to unmute and give the answer?
So I think you play bishop g7, and if king takes g7, then you can play queen g4. And if the king goes to h8, you have mate, and if the king goes to f8, you go knight d7.
Yeah, very good. Good job. Yeah, and so here, black could play like if rook e5, then bishop c5. Yeah, so rook e7, bishop f6, rook takes, queen g4. I mean, queen g3 also works. Yeah, and then here bishop g7 is the quickest win because the king goes to the e file, queen here, you're not king there, bishop takes e5, and white wins. All right, so this was missed. Yeah, it's basically bishop takes up 6 was winning, but white played rook e2, which now black is the one winning. So that's very often that happens. Yeah, if you miss your chance with the attack, now you can't go here queen a4, knight here queen a3. It leads to mate. Yeah, and eventually, yeah, it's like there, here, but yeah, winning for black. So yeah, they both missed it. Yeah, Nipponishi ended up winning. And that's often happened in a sharp position. You miss your attacking chance, they will attack against you, right? So you have to be like a hawk looking for those attacking chances. All right, now I want to take a look at this interesting game between Denis Lazovic, who's like kind of like a young 17-year-old, like 20, almost 2600. But he's like a truly online specialist. Like he does very well in these online events quite regularly. And here you played against Magnus. And the Magnus is playing for a win. He's has nice attack here. In this game, we'll see both like some of Magnus's brilliancy, but also some of his bad moments. But again, that's how chess is. That's online chess. Very exciting when there's like time pressure. Even the best players miss stuff. All right. So what should black play here? So bishop h3, queen h3 I can play. So bishop h3 won't really work here, unfortunately. All right, so let's see. So anyway, it's black's move. Yeah. All right, Vishwa, I think you got it. Oscar, very good. So this is actually very instructive. You have to play e3 first, and then f3. Because if you play f3, I can probably play g3, and then you can't really break through so easily anymore, right? Like I'm going to control the e3 square. Not to mention that maybe, even more adventurous, you could probably get away with taking. Although I'm not 100% sure, we could check with engine. Yeah, f3, gf is okay. Queen b6 is also a move. Yeah, h3 is protected. Yes. This was a very easy mistake to make. Yeah, long queen range moves. Just like backward knight moves, we sometimes miss long range queen moves. So yeah, e3 is the best. Takes now f3. Shut off the queen and then open up the king fully, and now this is becoming quite tough. So white played 4. All right, let's try to continue the attack here. Let's say 1 more minute away. So some of you are saying f2, some of you are saying rook f8. Some of you said, bishop h3. So it's f2 because, if you play rook f8, what is it after rook f8? I think I can play rook c2, and I'm sort of stabilizing a little bit. Again, verify with engine, but yeah, rook c2 is like among many, or maybe it's not the best move, but yeah, even king h1 is sort of okay, and it's not that big of a problem. And now these 6, by the way, is a threat, so it gets tricky. If you play bishop takes h3, at the very least, I can play queen f3. Our attack is fading. So f2 is very important. We need to get the queen in there, and now the white king is going to be, for a long time, in this bad station. The queen e3, rook b8, another really nice move, bringing the rook to the open file. b3 now. In this position, the best move was rook d3, bring b4. But it's very hard to find. I mean, rook f8 is supernatural, of course, king e2. And now the best move c4, opening up more lines. Because if rook c4, bishop b5. If you play b4, to take on b4 probably, right? And then you have a check, bishop comes in, and it's sort of, the attack continues. So white took the bullet and played b takes c4. At least white's winning a lot of points. Now, later on, it actually became kind of relevant. Rook b2 check. King d1 loses immediately to bishop f4, so king d3. The king is somehow fighting. Queen d5, best move, threatening this. It really looks like game over, but white, last thing, what's good about him is like he's amazing with nerves. He's amazing under pressure. Like calm, cool, and collected. Just plays here. Doesn't face him such a team. Bishop f4. Here, I think queen c1 is all the best, but play bishop e2. And now this was the best. King d2, bishop e4, here. Black was weak. But okay, it's not that obvious. He played rook f2, which also looks incredibly tempting because, yeah, if you take it, you get made. Really nice spin. Well, white plays queen c1, best defensive move. Very good, tenacious, very incredible tenacious. Rook takes c2, queen takes b2. And here, black missed a gigantic opportunity to win brilliancy. How should black continue here? Ryo, the line you gave is actually what Magnus played, but it's not quite GG yet. It's still a game. All right, very good, Gordon. Yeah, your line is correct. Yep. Queen f4 and then rook g3. I'm not sure if that will work because then things d1 maybe. I mean, maybe it still works. I'm not sure, but we would rather try to do it with checks. Yeah. Rook g3 first. Yeah, rook g3 first. And now the point is we go here. It seems like you have to keep the queen on this, but actually, made in 3. Simply made in 3. Magnus missed here. But he fell for this one of those thinking process errors where he forgot to. He saw a good move that he thought is winning easily. He forgot to check for value. But actually, the line that he went for, which he thought wins easily, it does not win easily. Because all those pawns that he stacked earlier, well, now even though double piece and, without queen against rooks, those pawns are actually no joke. There's like some definite counterplay here. And even though it's still winning, it's not easy actually. And Magnus did not manage it. He played there, and he did not manage to win this. It's still like Black had to play like extremely carefully here, like bishop a4 and bishop a3. But he played there, here, here, here. Yeah, he played it a bit inaccurately, and eventually, after mutual errors by both sides, they reached this position, and turns out the corners is too dangerous and had to give up the bishop. And this ended up being a draw, and White held it. So pretty incredible. Now, Magnus still went on to win this match, but it was quite an epic game and quite an impressive hold for White under these circumstances too. That's why he's so good at these grabbing goods. Yeah, and Magnus, yeah, he had the game, but did not find the finishing touch. Thought he wins easily, but was that so easy? Who will be pressing the beginning of the end game? Well, the beginning. Okay. Here's a game. Casper against Carlson. We're gonna look at it from Bukesh's standpoint of view. Oh yeah, so look at G6. Yeah, I should have not flashed it, but yeah, it's the best move. And Black tried knight c4. And here, what would you do as White? Oh, take 6 because it's cool. And a lot of you are going for this, but and then f5. But is it winning actually? I don't think it's winning. Yeah, I'm guessing there's several ways to hold it. I'm not sure which one's the best. Did not analyze it, but yeah, apparently several moves are okay, but 93 is the best because f6 there's always knight f6. So it's a cool line, but it doesn't quite work. So yeah, what should we do instead? Yeah, bishop takes c4. Yeah, and then here, then rook can go back somewhere, and White is much better. But Bukesh tried to be very flashy, queen g2. But Magnus found an anti-defense against this. So we'll have to play what to do. So it's very important to look at opponents' ideas very carefully. All right, very good, young you. Some of you are saying rook h6, but rook h6, it's not so scary because I can always go back and White is still but same thing. Play rook g8. It's like a defensive move, but not that scary. The problem is knight d takes e5, right? Because the point was here, rook e6. Yeah, if takes, we get, I think it's mate. Yeah. No, maybe not mate, but queen h6. Yeah, like White is definitely better here. But yeah, there's this unexpected resource. Knight takes Oh yeah, this was suggested rook e6, bishop 7, but then queen g7, rook f8. What happens here? Rook e6, knight 1. And yeah, and what is this? Like, we're top a rook, but like, is the attack just too strong? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the less like we should probably not even take the knight. It's up. So it's a finding position with like up a lot of material, but like too many threats. So what Gokesh probably calculated it sort of, and had a feeling it's good, but there's this incredible move 95, which just spoils everything. Because if you take, I take. And now the king just runs into d7, and there's never any attack. And black will win material under better circumstances, with the king running to the safety zone. White ended up playing here, but yeah, I ended up losing the kid. Okay. And yeah, let's do one endgame one, because we haven't done an endgame today yet. Yeah, here white was the one pressing, trying to win Aronian against the Parian. But Parian defended very well. And as sometimes happens, white got a little bit complacent, thought he could never lose. But actually, yeah, now the king gets in, and now white has to be careful. And white has only one way to draw, or try to find. You saw this with Job kills the that's actually really interesting. I didn't realize that. That's an accidental overlap. Wait, the king d1, but king d1 I don't think is the answer, right? Because we can go here, and now we might not be able to stop all the threats. Yeah, king e2, king e4. Yeah, king c2, king e4. Yeah, this was Wilson. Alicia, do you want to explain your answer to us, please? Oh no, wait, no, sorry, not actually, sorry, not this. Mighty 97. I read it. Yeah, the correct answer is 97. 97, 96. Sorry, it was what was this? It was this position. Yeah. Yeah, we have to go like this. Only way to draw. Well, white played there, and sorry, guys. This was the position. This was the position, and here, and then yeah, it was it would have been a draw, but white played this. Yeah, this is actually what white played. Like, white actually won a piece, but that piece does not help them at all. Too many pawns, and knights are not very good against fast pawns, especially side pawns, right? And white ended up winning. Just a couple of last few things I want to show you before we wrap up. Just to show how many times actually very strong players make mistakes, especially in rapid games, which is basically why it's good to try to generally avoid time pressure and avoid playing too fast. Because if you're either playing too fast when you have a lot of time, or if you're forced to play fast due to time pressure. Either way, it can lead to some unfortunate situations. Here's situation number one. This was like Vincent Keimer against Wei Yi from a recent last day of the Blitz. And in this position, White can win almost any way they want, right? They're up 2 points. But yeah, Queen of 8, Queen of 5, basically anything wins. But the one thing that does not win is C4, because now, yeah, Queen G3 or King H2, and it's a draw. Right? So here's oopsie number one, right? Like even in completely winning position, you have to be alert for these kind of unexpected stalemates or stuff like that. Let's see. Here's another game where like meltdown because of time pressure. Like Magnus, Adesopor is playing a great game, 5 great moves. Yeah, this was all good. But Adesopor was fighting, and then doesn't take enough fight with check, right? So, I mean, when you're low on the clock, I mean, the brain just sometimes does weird things, right? So again, we have all 97, I don't think works because it's Queen D7. So the easiest by far is Queen of 5, by far. The White played there, and then here he decided to repeat moves to try to get to the other position and missed Rook G7. So again, very low on the clock, things happen. Weird things happen, even to the best players. And last one I want to show you is this one. Magnus against Kako from the title Tuesday, 3+1. Now, at this point, they still have a lot of time, but they're still playing, at blitz speed, right? Like, and again, you might say, well, it's okay to play fast because like these guys are playing fast and stuff like that. It's okay to get time pressure. Well, even the best players sometimes have really bad moments, mutual bad moments. This is Magnus against Hikaru, yes. So White just played knight G5. Good move. Black played knight D8. Knight F3. Black is worse, but yeah, still try to fight, but H6 was played. And now, best move for White. Of course. Very good. Yes. Finish 7. Yeah. But White missed it. 94. So again, it's not to make fun of the players, right? Like everybody's human and we all understand. And actually later on it was a draw. F and H pawns, but White did end up winning this then, even though this was like theoretically a draw position. My point is that in these examples, tell us, first of all, to always be alert, right? You never know what could happen at the chessboard. Second of all, try to avoid time pressure and try to avoid playing too quickly, right? Because if you end up moving too quickly for whatever reason, things happen, right? And, like you have like Hikaru, Magnus, the best players in the world doing really bad things with time pressure. So just wanted to show you that, something to think about. Hope you all enjoyed the class, and let everybody talk with each other for a couple of minutes before I go. But hope you all enjoyed the class, and I'll see everyone next time.